We're going to be creating a personalized bedtime story. She's on the step stool, just like I said in the prompt. She's saying goodnight to her mom. Mom is kneeling, giving her a hug, goodnight. So same color tone, same designs on the wall. That's very important details. I like it. I love it. We are going to change the canvas size, 8.5 by 11 KDP. Add text, drag that within the blob. This is what you can do within Canvas. Remove the background. You can place your character. You can add a shadow, change the angle, creating your personalized story that you want to either put on KDP or if it's just personal use. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be creating a personalized bedtime story for your loved ones. So if you don't want to hire an illustrator and you want the help of AI, go ahead and stay tuned. With Neolemon, we're going to be creating a customized character. We're going to be generating the scenes, and we're also going to be putting it together in the new Neolemon feature, Canvas. So stay tuned. All right, so the first step when creating any book is to write down the details, of course, of what your story is going to be about. So to the side here, I have just a few details about my character, what's going to be her theme, what's the lesson going to be about in the book. Of course, write down what you want to focus on with your story, what some key features you want in your story. And then you can, of course, go in and proceed with building your character and your scenes. So we are now in Neolemon, and first things first, when you are creating your world, your book, whatever you're creating, you always want to start with step one. And step one is going to be going to Character Turbo. If you don't already have a character that you've created, you're going to either type in your prompt. I already have my prompt available. I'm just going to go ahead and copy that in. But you're going to go in and type in your prompt of what you want your character to look like. First step is always to create a full body front view standing image of your character. You want the front facing full body view. Plain white background. That should be the go-to for every character that you create. Every character. Don't start off building scenes. Create the individual character first, then you can go into building the scenes. So I'm just going to paste my prompt in, and don't worry, if for all of my prompts that I'm using in this video, they will be available down below. You will be provided with the step-by-step guide for my prompts. As far as the aspect ratio, I always just like to work with 3:4. That is a personal preference. And the style is going to be Pixar inspired, but however, there are many other styles that you can work with. I'm going to hit generate and see what Neolemon comes up with. And if I like this character, then we'll proceed on with the next step. But step one is create your character, white background, front facing, full body view. And then you can go in and start building your scenes. So this is the character that it generated based off of my prompt. I am happy with it. So we're going to be working with this character. So let's go in and start building our first scene. When I highlight my image, I'm going to be offered these different options. And I'm just going to select Editor Pro. And I'm going to go in and copy my Scene 1 prompt in the describe the change. Again, you will be provided these prompts that I'm using so you can come up with the same story if you want to just use them over again. But basically, she's going to be in her room, some blankets around her. We're just going to generate, see what it comes up with. All right. So the prompt was basically saying that she should be standing in her doorway. This is the angle. I like it, so I'm going to keep that one. And so then I'm just going to go down to scene 2. Scene 2, this time she's going to be standing in the bathroom. Because this next scene changes her background, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the original white background I'm going back to the main image. Make sure you always go back to the original character that you generated on the white background, and then you can go ahead and switch the location. That's going to be the best bet for keeping everything consistent. So let's do that. Let's just take my old prompt out, paste in my new one, and then hit generate. And this image, she's going to be in the restroom and brushing her teeth. All right, there she is. She's on the step stool, just like I said in the prompt. She's about to brush her teeth. She's got the reflection, all that good stuff. I like that scene. Okay, so then I'm going to go and copy prompt 3. And prompt 3, she is in a new location. So what did we just learn? We got to go back to the original image. So one little thing I wanted to show you guys in this, if generating a lot of images, a quick step, instead of scrolling all the way to the bottom, is you see in the top of the thread, you have a square, then you have these 4 squares, and then you have the heart. So you have the 4 squares, and that can change your view, and you can see all the images that you have generated in the thread that you're working in. Also, you have the option to favorite your images. And so if you start a bunch and you start your certain images, you can heart them. And so then when you click on the heart at the top, all your favorite images will be in that, will show up on the screen. So just keep that in mind. But we have only generated 4 images, so it's nothing to scroll down. I'm gonna go back to the original image. So we're going back, Editor Pro, and I'm just going to delete the old prompt out and paste in my page or scene 3 prompt. And she's going to be in the hallway, and this is where she's going to be talking about or talking with her mother. So again, since this scene is only the mother only shows up in this scene, I'm not going to go ahead and generate there's no need, because she's not showing up again in the story. Now, if this mother had multiple scenes in the story, then yes. But since that's not the case, I don't need to do that. One and done with this image. Okay, she's saying goodnight to her mom. Mom is kneeling, giving her a hug, goodnight. You got the family pictures on the wall. Perfect, just like my prompt. Cool. Let's go on to the next scene 4. I'm gonna copy that prompt. Now, she is back in her bedroom. So we do have a bedroom scene. Let's go and click on this image that when she's in her bedroom, and we're going to click Editor Pro on that. So you see that it's changed out the picture to the side, and I'm going to go in and delete the old prompt, okay, and paste in my new prompt and hit generate. Okay, so this scene, she is in her windowsill, sitting and looking out at the stars and the moon. So it's still the same scene, just a different angle. She's sitting in the windowsill. What I love about this, and let me go to the, so you can see all the images that we generated. So this was the image that I edited, right? So I went to Editor Pro on this image. And so you can see in the new image that the background is still the same. So the moon and stars on her wall, you could see that in the new image, it has that star on the wall. In the image that we took it from, you can see the moon and stars and whatnot. So same color tone, same designs on the wall, things like that. That's very important details. All right, love it. Let's move on to the next scene. And okay, now I believe she's going to be dreaming. So yep, she's going to be dreaming. So if we learned anything, when you're changing up the location, remember to always go back to the original image, hit Editor Pro, and go ahead and paste your prompt in, because we're in a new location. So we're going to generate, and this one should be pretty much in a dream-like state. So this is a dream scene. I like it. I love it. All right, so she's in a dream state. She's dreaming that she's walking around in this garden in a bedroom, moon above, so and so on. All right, cool. And then our last scene, let's just copy that prompt. Again, you will be provided a copy of the prompts. So she's in her bed sleeping peacefully. All right, so we already have a image of her in her room. So we're going to that image. We're going to Editor Pro. I'm just going to put my prompt in to describe the change and hit generate. Scroll to the top. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna do that one more time. All right, there we go. So this is her asleep in the bed, the same background, the moon, nightlight, all that, it's there, cool beans. This, if you look again at the first scene where she's in the bedroom, in the view of the bed, and then now if we go to we just generated that same bed, the same lamp, the same designs on the wall. All of that is there. That's the same character, same bunny, all that. Great. Let's move on. So we have our images. Now let's go back to Canvas within Neolemon, and we're going to put it together. All right. So step one was to create your story, right? Write down a few key details that you want. Step two was going to Character Turbo, creating your image of a standalone image of your character. Step three was to generate your scenes. And then again, if within those scenes, if you are generating a scene that has a different location, different background for your character, you need to always go back to your original standalone character to generate that new scene. Now, this is step four. And we are back at the home page, and we're going to go to Canvas. And once we go to Canvas, we are going to change the canvas size to, let's say, I prefer the portrait US letter 8.5 by 11 KDP. And you can simply go to select asset, and all of your images that you've ever created within Neolemon will show. So this is my current character that we were working with in all the images. And so I'm not going to go and show you every single image, but let's take the bathroom scene, right? I clicked on it, it added it to the page. I will go ahead and expand this out, and I am just going to go down here to the blobs, and just going to put that blob here. And let's see, yeah, right here. Add text, drag that within the blob, and expand that out. And I'm just going to go in and grab my text. Hold on one second. All right, so I'm going to type in my text. My brushed her teeth until they sparkled. All right, you could change the color of that text to whatever color you want. And of course, you could also change but I'm gonna keep it simple for just, all right. So this is what you can do within Canvas. You don't need to go to Canva. You don't need to go do any other website. You can go ahead and put your books together all within one site. Another thing that you can do, I'm just going to clear this out and show you another thing that Canvas can do. Let's say, let me go and get a background real quick. Okay, so let me get a background, and let's say this is for the dream scene, right? Say you're trying to put together just a scene on your own. So you have the background here. You can grab one of your characters' images. Let's see. Let's take this one, right? Maybe you weren't feeling the original scene, right? You can click on that, remove the background. And once it's removed, you can place your character wherever. Just make sure that whenever you're creating your background, You are selecting the same style. You're creating it within the same style that you use to generate your character. But you can place your character anywhere. You can add a shadow. Let's see. You see the shadow that created for the little girl, and it blended. It really did blend my character within the scene. Now the shadow, you can change the angle. This is too cool. The blur, the intensity. I like this. This is really cool. But yes, you could do all that within Canvas. Of course, you can add your blob, add your text, add your whatever you want to the image to make it your own, whatever. But this is what you can do with Neolemon and creating your personalized story that you want to either put on KDP, or if it's just personal use and you want to just create something special for your son, daughter, niece, nephew, whoever. But this is so simple to use. And if you follow the prompts, if you follow the process that I just went over in this video, this all took me less than 15 minutes. You can create your stories in your whatever you want to create within 15, 20 minutes and be done with it. And this is what I love about the technology that's come out so far. Neolemon is always on top of that and always coming out with brand new things to make the product even better. So test it out. The prompts will be down below, step by step that I've used. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.